Hello and welcome back to the Mall Farm. Today, as you can see, Johnny's son's in the field that Johnny bailed up in last week's episode. He's here in the New Holland T6175, flat to the mat with a 2,500 gallon NC slurry tanker in the back, spreading some slurry. He's nearly finished the field here. He's on his third load, and he's flat out because he wants to get back home, as the contractors might need his help in the T6175 as well, because the contractors have seen some unforeseen circumstances, and Johnny himself is out helping the contractors. Here, Edward's son is in the John Deere Gator, just coming back from the local co-op after getting some meal for the cows. He's just got it in the back of the Gator. So yeah, he's got no straps on, it's not fully in the back, so he needs to be careful the guards don't stop him. His father's flat out, as you'll see in a minute, because he's got a new machine out in demo. Here we've got Doherty Agri Contractors Harvester, their New Holland FR 850. They have this 3 years now, and they bought it 2 years old, so she's 5 years old, and she's got a brave lock of hours on her, but she's a nice harvester. She's just going to get service. They're taking her to the New Holland dealership, even though she's not under warranty. Doherty Agri Contractors, they don't have a very big yard, and they don't have a workshop, so they're taking her over there to get serviced up. They think she might need a new set of knives, and she's not blowing too good, so they're going to get them to have a look at the spout and see what the problem is, if there's a stone in it or something. Here we've got Edward in the Landini 120, with the trailed mower, John Deere trailed mower, which he's borrowed off Johnny. Johnny's hired out a good few machines in this week's episode. He's going to make a bit of money off it, but that's good, because he's not been in money issues, but he's got a lot of money taken out off the bank, and he's got a lot of new machinery recently, so yeah, he just needs to keep on top of it, but he's not in any bother. He's actually thinking of selling this John Deere mower, as he gets the contractors to do most of his own mowing, but because the contractors have got the big M450 and it can grip, so it's a lot handier if the weather's good. No need to roll it up, as he doesn't have his own rake. He used to have an old hay bob, but he sold it on. Here we've got a local farmer in his John Deere 3650, which is still for sale, and Edward is still interested in it. But yet he's hired out Johnny's Kuhn fertiliser sower, going to sow some fertiliser in some of his grazing ground. He keeps about 30 suck cows, so yeah, he's a part-time farmer, so he is, so yeah. And Edward's going to have a look at this tractor after he's already had a look at it. He's going to have another look at it, so he is, after he's had the Landini out, and see what he's going to do. He mightn't even go for either, but yeah, we'll have to see what he thinks of the Landini in the next episode. Johnny's pulled out of buying the tractor, as he just doesn't have the money at the minute, but in a few years' time he might look to buy it, but not now. Now, in the contractor's yard, they're having a very bad day. 2 of their tractors have laid down, 2 of their older John Deeres, which they didn't have from you, and they weren't looked after the best in their place before they had them. They've got their older John Deere 6210R and their 6150R, both about 5-6 years old, so yeah. And they're just trying to get them fixed as soon as possible. Here they've got their JCB TM 420 with a pallet with an engine of one that was rode off, a John Deere R series, so yep. It's fuel injectors that's given bother in both of them, giving wild troubles the last couple of days, so they've had to take them off because they were breaking down and just was an absolute handling. So yet they've got 4 mechanics here, 2 of the contractors that drive and 2 of them that just, they get them in if something breaks down, so yep. They're trying to get them fixed, and then they've got one of their men just up here in the tool chest trying to get the right tools. And yet they've got another one there trying to get some more parts, and they're trying to source parts, but they're waiting on a few coming out of England, so these tractors mightn't be going for a few days, which is a big problem, as the Big M was mowing all day yesterday and has dropped a big amount of acres, so yet they've called in some help to help them get the grass lifted. Here we've got Johnny and his John Deere 7810, flat out with the Kane Classic trailer in the back. And he's out with the contractors giving them a hand, as 2 of their tractors just lay down, as you have seen. So yeah, he's giving them a hand. It's his first time drawing with the 7810, and he's absolutely loving it. With the TLS front axle and the tyres at the right pressure, she's not bouncy at all, so yeah. Unlike the Massey Ferguson, which is very bouncy. And yeah, so yeah, she's got the Classic trailer in the back, and this is his first or second load, so it is, so yeah. Ocean and the harvester hasn't loaded it too full until he gets the hang of her. Nice to see the 7810 on the draw. Here, just heading up towards the contractor's yard, it's Mark in the big M450, just coming back from dropping 7 acres for hay for a farmer. Not much, but it's a small job, but they do lift out 90 acres a year for him for silage for the pit, so yeah, they don't mind going to do 7 acres. Here I've got one of their newer John Deere 6210Rs with a 16-ton half-pipe trailer. And yet he's just waiting till Johnny comes up the lane so he can get pulling down the lane. It's a very narrow lane, it only fits one tractor, so yeah, he's just sitting here waiting. Here we've got the Massey Ferguson 5400 series, and it's Johnny's father in the cab, just going to draw a load of hair down from an out farm where they kept their calves in there, so yeah, it really has to be done. But the word is that he might be needed to go and draw bales for the contractors, as their 6920S with the front loader is also broke down. So yeah, the contractors are really having a bad day, and they can't use their JCB 420 as it's helping them repair the 2 tractors. And here they've got the John Deere 6195M with the fella rake, just coming down to rake 15 acres of hay, so it is. It's just after raking the big job that they're at the minute, he's going back out again. They're having 1 or 2 problems with the 195M, so they are as well. It's just been a terrible day for them. The only decent thing that's happened for them today is they're getting this demo with the Fast Track 3230, which was out with Farmer Phil. So yeah, they've got her next now, and they're interested enough in her as she's 65k and really quick on the road. So yeah, they just have her on the Classic today, even though she'd be well fit to pull a 16-ton half pipe. But yeah, they're quite interested in her with front linkage, front PTO, and yeah, would be handy. Would be nice with a double set of motors on her, so it would. And it's Ryan in the driver's seat, and he really likes her, so yeah, he's going to tell Martin, as he would really like her. He really likes the 65k in her. He was overtaking one of the John Deere 6210Rs earlier. And here now, the main attraction of today, the Volvo FH16750, is on the draw. So yeah, they've had to call her in as they're just having a bad day, as you know. So yeah, and they need it because it's quite a long draw, and Doherty Agri Contractors, their harvesters away getting serviced, and yeah, and they're out in a draw with a different harvester, so yeah, they're just completely stuck, so they are. So yeah, they've got the tri-axle lorry trailer on the back, and she's flat out, yeah. She's getting up some speed. I think they might be thinking about using her more, but it's just because they're dry, they're able to get into the field where, oh, sure, it's no good if it's wet. In fairness, she was digging a wee hole for herself earlier, but she did get out of it. Here's the contractor's self-propelled sprayer, just going to give this field another spray. And here, as you can see, this is another reason why the contractors are down a tractor, as they haven't been doing too well this last week, keeping up with their drawn slurry targets for the AD plant, as they have a dairy farm 10 kilometres away from their AD plant. The idea is someday to build it over beside the AD plant, because they're using the slurry for the AD plant. So yeah, he's got the 4,500 gallon Abbey tanker in the back, but yeah, he really wants to get the amount of litres of slurry done for this week so then he can get on the draw. It's Martin in the 6250R. He loves this tractor and he loves the Vario owner. Here's the Fendt 724 and the Vicon fast bale, heading down the road to bale some silage bales as well. So yeah, the contractors are down a lot of tractors and baling, like they don't normally do a lot of baling around this time of year, but it's come at the worst time for them. Everything's just happening at the worst time. And here we've got the 6210R with the 16-ton trailer, which was just lapped there a minute ago, were overtaken by the JCB Fast Track. So yeah, the driver, Adam's, not too happy about that. Johnny's father just took John the Fleming rollers on to the Ford 7600 earlier on. But yeah, he's not going out rolling yet as he's in the Massey and he has to go draw a few loads of dung in the trailer. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please give the video a like. Hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. Videos every Sunday and a video during the week. Thanks for watching. Good luck.